Today's video is going to be more of a serious one regarding the lawsuit that the California state government has filed against Activision Blizzard, which is the publishing company of Call of Duty. While Activision doesn't build the games themselves, they have daughter companies like Treyarch and Infinity Ward build the games, but this is happening at Activision specifically. So in this video, when I'm sharing the information, don't think that this is happening at Treyarch and Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer and Raven. This is happening specifically at Activision. So I just want to make that clear, as well as the day I'm recording this is July the 22nd. And a lot of you on this morning's video for the July 22nd video that I posted have been asking me to cover the lawsuit. So I'm going to talk about it today. And this video will be uploaded in the morning of July 23rd. Anyway, links in the description if you guys want to read the CharlieIntel articles a little bit more in depth. I'll give you guys the basic rundown, but I've read all of it and it's very unsettling and very disturbing, and it gives me an uneasy feeling reading it, knowing this goes on closer to home. And when I say closer to home, I mean like we see stuff like this happen in Hollywood and like Wall Street companies all the time, but to have this happen in a company where we consume a product is very unsettling and very unnerving, and it shouldn't be happening in the first place. I'm only going to talk about the least sensitive topics within this lawsuit and what's going on in Activision. If you guys want to read ahead and like read the entire thing, I'll have the link to the CharlieIntel article down below, but just so you guys know, it's not something to be taken lightly, and it's very disturbing, very gross and disgusting. And I really, like, honestly, after reading it myself, I recommend that you guys just don't read it at all and you just know what's going on based off of this video. But yeah, if you want to, you can. I recommend not doing it. Anyway, let's talk about what happened in Activision. So there is a post from CharlieIntel that has an entire thread, as I said. There is one document that I am going to read out loud, and that will give you kind of like the basic gist of what's going on at Activision Blizzard. So here it is. It says, defendants have also fostered a pervasive frat boy workplace culture that continues to thrive in the office. Women are subjected to cube crawls in which male employees drink copious amounts of alcohol as they literally crawl, well, in brackets crawl, their way through various cubicles in the office and often engage in inappropriate behavior towards female employees. Male employees proudly come into work hungover, play video games for long periods of time during work while delegating their responsibilities to female employees, engaging in banter about sexual encounters, talk openly about female bodies, and joke about sexual assault. And that's just, and I think everyone, the second I read that, kind of understands how disturbing this is. And I'm not saying this issue is to blame for everything Activision does wrong, but the fact that this is going on in a multi-billion-dollar corporation is very, very messed up. And personally, I think legal action should be taken and should be actually like justified. So the California state government is filing a lawsuit here against Activision for this, and it's not even specifically what Activision's doing with Call of Duty. It's actual like things that are happening inside Activision headquarters and all that type of stuff. I think, like, based off of how it sounds and everything I've read, there should be people going to jail for what's going on. And of course, drinking on the job in any job is not okay and is very frowned upon, regardless of if you work with machinery, work in an office, customer service, basically anything. Drinking is obviously frowned upon and not allowed in every single job. I would 99.9% of jobs, drinking is pretty much outlawed, and in the case of workplace stuff, illegal. It's kind of weird to think that they have a frat culture at Activision where they just drink at work and play video games. Well, basically it sounds like the 1950s, right? Like the males at this company are drinking and playing video games while they make the woman do everything, right? It's kind of messed up and very backwards, and there should definitely be action taken against people at the company. There should be people fired, people locked up, people fined, jail time, everything, right? And the fact that there's like sexual behavior being mixed in here, it makes it even worse. Now, my personal thoughts about this: disgusting, horrible, should never have happened. There should be action and justice brought to those affected. There's been some extreme cases of stuff going on at Activision that you guys can read in the article if you really want to. And it just, yeah, it's horrible and gross. And I literally can't form words to discuss how bad this is. And yeah, my thoughts on Activision haven't changed. I've known they've been a scummy company forever, especially during the Advanced Warfare supply drop phase. I think that's where a lot of people really realized how bad Activision was and how twisted they were. Now, I do also want to put out there, this does not mean that every single Activision employee takes part in this, and this does not involve the actual development studios of the game. So this does not affect Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Raven, and Sledgehammer. This is not going on at these companies. So the companies that actually make Call of Duty and do all of like the code and basically the people that build Call of Duty from the ground up, this is not them. This is the higher ups at Activision, which is the publishing company. And I'm sure that there are tons of people within Activision, because Activision has thousands of employees that work at specifically Activision and then all of their daughter companies as well. But with Activision, like, there's going to be tons of people that didn't know this was going on, and for those that did know, they should have spoken out earlier, obviously. And yeah, so it's a bad look for Activision. There definitely should be action taken place. The higher ups at Activision, if they were involved, should be removed from their position. Anyone involved should be removed from their position and fired or worse. And then things should change around the workplace. Like, it's to have something like this happen at a multi-billion-dollar company isn't surprising, because people get very greedy with power and money. But it's a publicly traded company, which means that it's not privately owned. It is publicly traded, which means that the public has huge say of what goes on at Activision for those that invest and those that hold stock. And I guarantee after this story broke, Activision stock started to drop. So Activision needs to smarten up, have a professional workplace where people can do their job professionally without having this frat boy mentality and all the worst stuff that has gone on. It should be a safe work environment, a friendly work environment, and that is something that Activision is far from right now. So they definitely need to do a whole reworking of the internals of Activision so that the company can be what it should be and focus on what it should be, rather than drinking and these cube crawls that we've heard of within these articles. And I think it goes without saying, I don't know law whatsoever, so I don't know what can come of this lawsuit. I don't know the outcomes, people involved. It's just very vague right now. It's just the public documents that were from aboutlaw.com. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts and opinions. It's horrible. There's nothing else I need to say other than it's atrocious and should not happen in the first place, and accountability needs to be taken by Activision, and those who were involved need to be held accountable for their actions and have the right consequences given to them based off of what they were involved with. And there's definitely going to be people that I would assume were involved that will have nothing bad happen to them. They'll get away with this without a scratch. And obviously that's wrong, but yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts and opinions while sharing the story. It's a bit of a different video. I know it's a little bit more serious. I don't think this directly affects Call of Duty itself. Of course, it's going to give Activision a bad look, and since Activision's the publishing company, Call of Duty is going to get a bad look as well. But about the game itself, I don't think this will negatively affect Call of Duty itself. Obviously, I'm gonna stop supporting Activision even more than I usually have. Like, I would support Activision in the sense of I'm gonna support Treyarch and the developers that work day in and day out trying to make these games enjoyable for us. I'm not talking them, I'm talking the higher ups at Activision. And yeah, if I have any further things to add, I'll add it in the comment section, either in a pinned comment or I'll do a Twitter thread. Anyway, that's today's video. I don't know what to say other than what I said, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.